Another abstract thinking tool, a technique, is renaming, redefining the problem. So sometimes we are stuck in a situation, and when you choose another name for your problem, so sometimes it's good to name it or redefine the elements of that name that you use. Then maybe you can free yourself and be able to have much more ideas. For example, when I started a long time ago talking about abstract thinking, I had a very limited idea. But when I redefine what abstract thinking is, so for my definition is now it's all thinking is abstract thinking. So this was a new mindset. I renamed it, and then it opened the gates of lots of new ideas. Because if you have a much stricter definition of abstract thinking, then you have very limited ways to talk about this, to discover this topic, and you really learn. But if you have a broader definition, so it's more about what is your definition. And sometimes the solution is give a new name. So it's not just abstract thinking, but actually abstract thinking is actually thinking generally. So I can talk about whatever I want. Or you have a very traditionally accepted name, let's say biology, and that is your field, or microbiology, but then you redefine the elements that, okay, I don't want to include this one, but I want to include these elements. So use these techniques. This is a kind of brainstorming, idea creation, that how can I eliminate limitations from my thinking. And one element is redefining, renaming, or changing the elements that it's included in this. In science, there are so many branches in sciences, and if they think that they want to specialize, so sometimes the solution is you specialize. So there is a general, like philosophy. First, 2,500 years ago, there was philosophy, and then mathematics became a separate branch, physics. So sometimes the solution is you create a sub branch, and then you can focus. So sometimes the solution is narrowing the area, and this is actually very useful for generating idea. Because when I ask people, let's say, okay, so talk about whatever you want for 5 minutes, most people cannot talk anything. They don't have any ideas. So if I give that, okay, tell me the story that you last time went to a swimming pool, what happened, and then they can talk. So this is one. And the opposite is opening, widening the area. When if it's too limited, that in my case, my previous definition about abstract thinking was too limited. But if I understand that thinking happens in the head, it's abstract, then I open up. So use this method, that narrowing the definition, widening the definition, renaming the category that you think about, and then you may have better tools and easier to come up with solutions and ideas.